Hello, my fellow Apterans. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I am so sorry that it's taken me 2 months to provide an update on this. When I had that realization, I asked myself, what was I doing for 2 months that I wasn't able to provide an update? And then I remembered I was taking an online course with the University of Michigan for user experience testing. And so it's an incredibly awesome course, super practical, but as you imagine, pretty time consuming. So that's actually where I've been for 2 months. So sorry for the wait, but thank you so much for tuning in now. I want to apologize ahead of time if I have some extra hype energy. Our Tesla's just got a new update, which is just absolutely phenomenal and fantastic, so I might be more hyper uh, this time around. Um, because I'm a total nerd and I rant on and on, feel free to use that whole chapters YouTube thing in the line to skip to the proper chapters because there are some things that I explain and some people might just want to get right to it. For starters though, how about that Tesla Software 11 update, Tesla owners? I assume I got some Tesla owners in here. I'm going to be so obnoxious now. Just absolutely obnoxious with that thing. And did you see that they have now a feature for automatic seat heating? Yeah, I'm totally going to spread the rumor that they saw my Aptera video and took that from me. And I don't take that lightly. Tesla, if you're listening, um, that wasn't cool. It actually is kind of cool, but fantastic. All right, so finally the prototype is here. I promised you the last time that on the next update I have a prototype for you to use, and here it is. Here is the URL, uh, to get to it, and there's also a QR code there if you want to scan it, download it to your phone right now. I will say it will work better on a computer than a phone because it is opened up in a browser. So if you want to get right to it, there it is. So some things to know about the prototype. Um, Couple disclaimers. I created this using Figma, and I've been using Adobe XD for a very long time, so there might be something I don't fully understand about prototyping. So if you have any issues, let me know in the comments. I tested, the prototype many times with several different people, and I think I got it down to a point where it works exactly as I want it to. But let me know if you're having any issues. With that said, it is laggy on older cell phones and possibly some older computers. And I think it's because the pictures for the cars is too high resolution, um, but it's just a ton of work to make it lower resolution, so I'm just not in the mood to do that. Um, so it might be a little laggy, but it does work, exactly as I intended to. When you open up, it will be opening in an internet browser. This is regardless of whether you open up in a computer or a cell phone. So sadly, with that in mind, it will not fit your screen properly on a phone. Larger screens displayed a whole lot better, um, but it's built responsively, to fit all types of screens. But because there's an address bar at the top when you open up a browser, it shoves everything down, and there's really nothing that can be done about it. Uh, Figma provides prototypes in a web-based way so that anybody can access it. So that's kind of just one of the things, but it works really well on cell phone. As you look through it, the account and secondary menu options, I disconnected those. In my last update, I showed them. They were designed to be shown in a presentation. So in other words, the buttons that I pressed, they only were designed to do one thing. And all the other buttons, they're there, but they didn't actually do anything. They're just there for presentation and to just give a concept of ideas. So they need the prototype treatment, and I'll be adding those when they're polished and they look better. Also, the automation menu is going to get an overhaul for the much better. I was very proud of my idea that that you could create your own custom automations and tasks. I still think it's a good idea, but I don't anymore think it's a great one. And it's a primary example of what happens when a designer thinks this is cool meets but what's easiest for the user. So the automation is going to be updated with a new look and features. There is one feature in particular I am super excited to share. It's something I don't know why this isn't standard in most cars. Um, I mean, if you got a mobile app for a car, there's no reason why, especially if it's an electric vehicle, it's not something, but it is something that you can do on your own. Anyway, stay tuned. I use it for my Tesla, and I think it's just absolutely fantastic. So I'll share that with you. Stay tuned for that update. So here's a prototype. I'm not going to show you a demonstration of it. I want you to explore it for yourself. Play through the menus, play with the buttons, all the micro interactions that are in there. And then let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know the things that you like. Let me know the things that you don't like. Let me know the things that you would like to see, or things that you'd like to be able to do. Absolutely enjoy it. And thank you so much for helping me and messing with it and letting me know your details. It's super important to me to improve upon it. I need to know, what things need to be improvement. So I do have a very special announcement. And so for this, I will show you one area of the prototype. In my previous video, I showed you a rough mock-up of the location and navigation menu, right? So if you remember what that looked like, of course you'd always go back to the video. I designed it according to global conventions. I've designed it to look like Google Maps, right? Which typically when you're a designer, you want to stick to the global norms, what people are used to, because then it's easier for them, right? But of course I had an idea that I feel would be even easier to use and will feature options that only an Aptera can honestly offer you when it comes to location and navigation. And of course, all the main menus here, I wanted them to be able to be used with a single hand. You don't need two hands. Using Google Maps, you need two hands, right? Because where things are. And I just had this idea for, what, I think we can do better. But of course, again, for UI UX designers, well, that's a problem, right? How do you choose between the global convention norm and your quote-unquote idea? Well, user testing. I will be opening up a user testing session to decide the design of the location and navigation menus and functionality, and I want all of you to be a part of that. So in a nutshell, you'll get a chance to try both variations of it, okay? And then you'll be asked some questions about it, and then based upon that, I'll finalize which design I'm going to go for. This will most likely be done through Google Forms, so I'll be putting that together, and I'll let you know when it's ready. Full disclosure, I've never done user testing before. I know I can imagine what goes into it, but I've never actually created my own session before. So it might take me a little time to get it, but I think I kind of already know how I want to do it. So anyway, enjoy the prototype. Okay, let me know what you thought about it. Stay tuned for my video on the overhaul/refresh of the automation menu, which will be pretty soon. That should be, pretty soon. That shouldn't take me too much longer. Of course, I'm still in that course for University of Michigan, so we'll see. But I promise I'm going to be more on it when it comes to that. And then I should have more details about those rounds for user testing soon. And so I hope that you will all help me out with that and participate in that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a fantastic day.